Hey guys, welcome back. Today is so fun. It's all about accessories, the bling for your home. We're gonna show you what you need for each space and where to get it. So you know, clothes don't make an outfit, right? You need the accessories. You need the earrings, the jewelry, the makeup, the hat, sunglasses, the fabulous shoes. All of that needs to happen for your spaces as well. We have to add in all of those bits of bling and all of that lovely little finishing touches that make spaces sing and look like you. So first up is kitchen. So now if you saw my video on kitchens, you know that there's already a lot going on. And depending upon your personal style, the decor pieces that actually make your space sing are gonna vary just a little bit, but you're gonna need 3 or 4 major things. You're definitely wanting a statement bowl with a single fruit in it. So I'm talking green apples, which are one of my favorites, in a simple bowl. Or I love this bowl with the carved wood, which is fantastic, with the plums in it. That's spectacular. Or even just something simple and white with a thing of lemons. It's just really lovely. Ooh, I love pomegranates. Those are always great looking, and it's a fabulous pop of color, especially for fall. So that's a definite that every kitchen needs. The second thing that everybody needs is plants or a floral. It's really best to do kind of an herb pot or olive or something along those lines. I love these sweet little herb pots, you know, that kind of come all decorative and you can clip from them and cook. There's even one now, I love this one, that has the little grow bag on the side so you can put it on a wall and sort of have a living wall effect, which is great that you can clip at and eat. And then the third item that you definitely want to have is spices, salt and pepper, foodstuffs, you know, that kind of thing in sort of decorative containers. Now, if you're a minimalist, this may be kind of where you stop, but if you're more than anything but minimalist, you may add these items. Especially if you have open shelves, you're definitely going to want stacks of tasteful either serveware or dishes, or maybe it's just glassware. It depends upon kind of you and your lifestyle. What that will be reflected by who you are and what your life is like. Now, you've got some really great go-to resources for tabletop and serveware. Check out Williams-Sonoma and their associated brands, Pottery Barn and West Elm. Crate and Barrel's good. CB2 is also great. Oh my gosh, don't forget about IKEA. They have amazing tableware. You also don't want to miss your local restaurant supply house because they'll have big serveware, which may be super for you. And then vintage stores and places like Cherish. All of those places are where you can get things that feel like you for your kitchen. Okay, so next up is bedrooms. And bedrooms are where you really get to express your personal style because they're your private space, right? So there's some real basics that you want to make sure you cover with that. Of course, accent pillows and a throw. Super important to get that throw. We're going to look at some. A jewelry or a personal bowl of some sort, and it can be a basket, something small where you can place like a little something that is for you. Candles, I really like candles in bedrooms. You can either do them battery powered or regular. I love a plant or a floral. Personally, I'm a floral girl because I can't keep a plant alive. And then I also really like this as a space to keep your framed photos in. Because they're of you, they're appropriate in your private space like that, which is great. So let's take a look. I mean, throws are super important and understanding the impact is great. I love this one with the gray and white sort of serape stripe. That's fantastic. Or this one, which really looks almost like mohair, and that whole bedroom is kind of this yummy textural statement, which is fantastic. Or here's a lovely one where the duvet is actually a stripe and then they've done a solid as the throw, which is really a lovely contrast. And it also has a lovely little vignette of accessories on the nightstand with the potted plant, the little basket to hold some things, a little box and some stacked books. All of those things are lovely and private. Or I really love the idea of a fur throw, which also can feel very masculine if you'd like it to. This is a room that is done by a friend of mine who's also a designer, Ken Fulk. He does amazing work. And I love the textural feel of that fur throw in that room. It just really enhances the statement so well. So where do we find all of this fabulous stuff? One of my favorites that you can check out online is Serena and Lily. It has some beautiful, beautiful bedding and throws, which you definitely should check out. Secondly, Paragold. I love Paragold because they have a huge range of all of the little bitsy things, little bowls, little frames, all that kind of stuff that you're definitely going to want for your bedroom. Pottery Barn, CB2, Cost Plus, Etsy, Studio McGee has some really interesting stuff. Even Target and Bed Bath & Beyond, you should definitely check out to find all of the bling bits that you need for your bedroom. All right, so next up is bathrooms. There's 3 types of bathrooms. There's the powder, the guest, and the master. And they all basically need similar things. Master needs a little more. But those things are, you definitely want a tray to kind of organize things. You definitely want a vase with either fresh or, it's okay to have fake here, flowers in them. You'll want, a little pretty hand soap dispenser. You'll want some sort of nice tissue dispenser. And you definitely need a little bit of a tiny, pretty waste can in the space. Now, for instance, look at this room. They've chosen a kind of a toothy textural woven tray on top of that beautiful white countertop. So there's a lot of contrast, which is very nice. And then on the other side of the counter, they've also added in that floral that we're talking about, but they kept the floral tied in color-wise with it. It really makes all of these elements sort of start to pull together, just like all the right bracelet, necklace, and shoes all make the outfit work. Now for the master bathroom, I really love, it's kind of my designer go-to, is Flocati big area rugs in a bathroom. I think it looks sumptuous, it feels great underfoot, that's a great thing. But some sort of oversized bath mat is great in a master. You'll also need extra large baskets or storage containers of some sort for the additional large bath towels that you can roll up and make them look really decorative. You also usually need a significant different vanity tray that will hold all of your perfume bottles, your makeup, your toiletry items that you want to keep on there. And you can also throw in maybe a little bit of a framed picture of yourself or a loved one. That's always really nice. So you want to think about how all of these pieces pull together to reflect you and really make your master bathroom sing. So now where do we go to get all of our bathroom bling? Well, Paragold again is a great online resource. I love their little accessories. They're fantastic. I also like Pottery Barn. They have lovely apothecary collections. So does Restoration Hardware. Those are great. IKEA, don't forget IKEA. They have fabulous stuff. Container Store, I love that. Bed Bath & Beyond, you shouldn't forget them. Target, Cost Plus has some great baskets. So there's a number of places where you can go to kind of like gather up all of your bathroom bling and make it look like you. So if these tips are helpful, be sure and bang the bell, subscribe, hit the like button, and make sure you comment down below because I love your comments. They're so helpful and I read them all, even if it takes me a while to get back to them. So be sure and comment, share, and do all that stuff. All right, so last but not least, and the most VIP bling space is your living room. And you've got to get it right because all the items that are basically in there, you don't really need, they don't function. But they do function from the standpoint of making the space feel like you and your living style. So there's a number of things you need. They go from vases and urns, and I mean everything from like cash pots and bowls, footed crystal, terracotta, plants and florals, an important artwork piece. And this can be a large item, something super colorful, or even an important gallery combination. You definitely want accent pillows and throws. I'm a big tray girl, so you're gonna want to include a tray because the tray grounds all the smaller decorative items such as boxes, bowls, objects that are textured items like crystals, branches, shells. And if you have shelves, you'll definitely want to include books. And I'm going to give you a little designer secret on that in a moment. But let's take a look at some of these spaces. Now, if you're boho or even in the maximalist traditional end of the style spectrum, lots of layers are going to be great. But this is a perfect example of a boho space done. Here's another lovely room that expresses some very important artwork as a feature to the room. It also has this lovely collection, that's another thing you can do, of blue and white orchid vases. Or here's another lovely space that's very contemporary, yet they have added a number of decor items that really make the space pop and give it a sense of luxury and an expression of the person, which is, instead of important single artwork, they chose a black and white gallery, which is fantastic. Then their accessory pillows are very simple. They're a tonal statement with the sofa, which is great. And then on the coffee table, they added this really intricate and beautifully detailed Ming vase. So there's a lovely sort of tension that's created between the very contemporary and the very transitional or traditional two pieces in there. So you're going to be wanting to pay attention to composition as you're adding your bling. So here's another room that I really love and think is completely groovy. It's got so many elements in here that work as bling. It's fantastic. It's got a gorgeous vase of lovely marigolds that are great. There's a lovely lower bowl. There's some boxes. On the shelves, there's both decor and books, which looks great. The throw pillows on the sofa are multicolored. There's also a couple of little patterned ones happening as well. There's a cute little poof at the end. Poofs are also something else that you want to consider including because they do two things. They give you a little bit of extra seating and they can be a total bling expression if that's what you want. They also did a lovely little pair of geodes on one table. It's really a spectacular space to study and understand how they worked with color, scale, texture, and shapes to really make this room a fabulous, complete outfit space. Okay, so now there's tons of places we can go to find some of the living room bling that we need. Paragold, as I have mentioned, has items such as bowls and boxes and trays. Cherish, they'll also have some fun things. Maybe some of your vintage stores would be great. Online resources that I've mentioned, things like CB2, West Elm, Pottery Barn. You may even have a great local place near you, but here's the secret on the books. You can actually buy books by color from a couple of vendors now. They've figured out that people want to have bookcases, but they want them to look designer. They want them to look organized and attractive and be part of the space. So check out Books by the Yard, Etsy, West Elm, and Paragold, who all do books in a certain size, and you can specify what color you're wanting to work with. So you can actually determine how many inches of books you'll need and order them up in the colors that you want, place them up there, and then voila, you have a fabulous looking intentional bookshelf and or library for your space. Okay, as always, I'm gonna link all of the resources down below. Be sure and like and subscribe, and I'm gonna see you guys next week.